What's up? What's up? Wow. What's up, y'all? Your boy Kai Greene, aka Mr. Getting It Done. We're live, and let's see what's popping. We're popping. Uh-oh, here we go. We're popping. Live in New York. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Hey Kai, back to the UK. When are we coming back? I don't know. That's a good question. Soon and very soon. Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. What's up? What's up? Hey, Alex. What's up, Javier? What's up, Fuad? Well, we got a lot of interested people that we know. What's up, Mario? What's up, Felipe? What's up, Ali? What's up, Alonzo? Samantha? Chris? Zach? Let's see. Aaron? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, everybody. It's what's up? Carlos, hello, sir. Adam, what's up? Francisco, Anthony, yo, what's going on? All right. So, wow, we got some lovers and haters. That's what's up. That's all right. Okay. Hi. What's up? What's up? Well, we got some Williams in the house. Any relation? Let's see. Can I get a hi? All right. What's up, Owen Michelle? Wallace Williams, what's going on? Sup? What's going on? Hey, all right. Great that we got so many people that are tuning in and saying what's up. I don't know about being an inspiration. Sometimes people say that, but I really don't believe that people can give you inspiration. I do believe that people give encouragement, and that's what we want to do. So if there are any questions that we could try to answer, we're available now to try to do that. Let's see what we can do. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Okay, first question that I can see here is how old were you when you started training? Well, I started training, I'll tell you what, real quick, when I was 9, I remember thinking, man, you know what, I saw a movie with some martial arts kids that were like 3 and they were already lethal weapons, and I remember thinking, well, damn, if I want to be as good as these guys are, then I need to get started training. And I was already 9 and these guys were 3 and they were lethal weapons. So I remember thinking, wow, I better get started at something before I just get too old. So it took some time to materialize, but I think by the time I was 12, things were a lot more serious with respect to exercising and understanding that that was a path or direction that I wanted to follow. And I think things were pretty much on their way to solidifying after 12. But I was inspired to think about wanting to do things when I was 9. And I think by the time I was 12, things started to solidify a little bit. So hopefully that becomes an answer to that question. What's the best way to lose your stomach? 3 things I think a person would need to do when they're trying to lose their stomach. 1, they can take a dynamic muscle product. No, I'm just kidding. Eviscerate is our fat burner, but I won't do that. Okay, to answer your question, 3 things that a person can do if they're trying to lose their stomach. First thing you can do is become clearer about your goal. Your goal, in this case, wouldn't be just to lose your stomach, because your stomach is actually what you use to process food. You know, so you have your organs in there that help you doing that. So you don't necessarily want to lose your stomach, but you do want to lose body fat. So the first thing I would do is, 1, become aware of what it is that you're saying. You're intending to lose body fat. Second thing I would do is become clear about whether or not you would like to improve lean body mass. What does that picture of your next self look like? Does it look like a super muscular hybrid, or is it just a smaller, slimmed down version of what you already exist as? And the third thing I think I would do is just take action. So with those three things in place, bang, now what do? Well, start burning calories. You can start this process from wherever you are, but burning calories just becomes a process of just becoming more active. So burning calories, and then you can start to think about losing body fat through burning calories. So that's the first thing that jumps in my head in trying to answer that question. Hopefully I've answered it for you. How do you get through slumps? Everybody knows how do you get through slumps. We become conscious of not wanting to do that, not wanting to go through that experience. Believe it or not, a lot of people expect only to go through, so they'll put themselves in a place to continue to perpetuate the negative feelings, thoughts, and ideas. So first thing I would want to do in order to do that, to avoid those slumps, or how do you get out of those slumps, is just to turn around and you just decide that that's not what you want to do. That's not the direction that you want to go, and you go in the opposite direction. Does that make sense? Let's see. I don't advocate young people taking growth hormones, so I can't answer that question for you other than to say don't do it. Believe it or not, as a young person, there are so many things that are going on inside of your body biochemically that will support the very thing that you say you want to do, and you say you want to put on lean body mass and decrease body fat. So the truth is, you don't really need to consider those other possibilities. You need to just get started, take action, and recognize your personal power. Let's see here. Let's see, okay. All right, do you suggest heavyweight or low reps, or lightweight and high reps? Okay, to the person that's asking a question, when it comes to your training, the thing that identifies whether or not you train light or heavy depends on your goals. Again, being clear about what it is that you're looking to develop by way of your thoughts and actions are very, very important, because they give you a place to focus. Wow, let's see. Bless you in Panama. Thank you. Some cool comments. A compliment, I guess. Let's see. Okay, a question about carving up. Just wanted to throw away this 17 female. Let me bring that back. Okay, I just wanted to say that I've been through a lot. I'm a 17-year-old female who has been in CPS since I was 5. My boyfriend pretty much made me watch your videos, and we did. I couldn't stop. I finally say that I love it. Okay, cool. I don't know what CPS is, so I'm interested in if someone will just send a note just so I can understand that. CPS has definitely piqued my interest. Let's see. What meditation do you do? Well, what do you think of Kevin Levrone? Do you think he's got a chance? I think Kevin Levrone is great, man. I think more importantly, Kevin Levrone represents a idea of a person just, seeing what they want to do and going after it, while at the same time developing the things that are important to you. So I support Kevin Levrone's opinion about himself, and I support his willingness to put it all on the line and go and work towards realizing his goal. I think it serves as a very, very interesting topic, particularly now. I think it's a really good point of reference. It doesn't matter how old you are. Hey, if you got something that you really are inspired to do, and you're ready to act, then you have only the present to take action. So, shout out to Kevin. What meditation do you do? Interesting, very, very interesting. Different kinds. Not to bore you, but yeah, a bunch of different kinds of meditation I think are important. Beef protein, is it good? You know what? Very interestingly enough, I'm not a supporter of beef protein, not just because of this time in my life, but because of some of the things that I understand. As a company with an opportunity to present some good ideas that I'd like to stand by. We had an opportunity to present a beef protein. We didn't go with it because there are some things that I think that are very wrong with that, and we've kind of learned that recently, and as a result, we've chosen to go in another direction. So to answer your question, not to say anything negative about anybody else or what anybody else is doing, but I'm not a proponent of using beef protein. Yeah, so I would encourage you to use real food. And if you're into taking a supplement, check out Prey. That's what's up. I would definitely want to encourage everybody out there to, get on a path that would allow you to want to recognize the importance of eating from a place that is more sound and in a way that will support your goals. A lot of times there are a lot of athletes that are in the gym and they'll train, they'll work out for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, but we'll find that their best efforts are crippling when it comes to reaching their larger goals, because they're not doing much in the way of supporting it with ample nutrition. So ample nutrition is very, very, very important, and I'm not trying to sell you anything at this point. I really am talking about the promotion of working in a way that will support your efforts. So it's not just about working out in the gym, but also what you do outside of the gym that will reinforce those better efforts. You don't want to be the person that works out for really well in the gym, spends a lot of time in the gym, but when you look at your physique or your body of work, there's nothing that will support that. Nothing that says, hey man, you know what, I'm working and moving in the right direction. So just to say that, very, very important that you adopt a more appropriate way of eating. And not trying to tell you anything, but I will tell you that you can go online. We live in a day and age where most people have smartphones. In fact, a lot of the people that I may be talking to right now have a smartphone. So with that said, you are literally with resources available to you at your fingertips, to find out more information. I would encourage you to impose a 15 minutes of required reading daily on the subject. You can very easily Google or look up, bodybuilding nutrition 101, questions about nutrition, things that you can do to support your efforts in the gym. So yeah, not trying to preach, but I would definitely encourage that to answer that question. Yeah, man, shout out to all the people that are responding in a way that's very, very positive, man. An interesting thing I've discovered about, being in the spotlight is that there's a lot of responsibility, particularly when you know that you're talking to a lot of people that are at home. And to do it responsibly is really important. So anyway, let's see what we can do to try to give you guys some more stuff. Could you talk about, well, I could, and I have, and I do. I think it's real important to be responsible. So I'm not going to say anything negative to bash the up and coming event. I think there's a lot. It represents a lot of really good things for a lot of people. I have friends that are athletes that are preparing to compete. Athletes that I really want to see do very, very well. Kevin Levrone, William Bonnock, Nathan, Wooly Winkler, a lot of athletes that I am, even Cedric McMillan, believe it or not, who happens to be a really cool friend of mine and a man that I respect greatly behind the scenes. So, again, shout out to all of the athletes that are getting ready for the event, and we just want to, I pray that they're working in a way that's safe. I want everyone to be healthy, and yeah. Let's see. If you're under 25 and not a professional, you shouldn't even consider talking about. Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. How do you get motivated and working out through the year? Well, you know what? Really interestingly, I got to answer that question because I think it's really, really important. Getting motivated really is about recognizing or becoming conscious of you. You know, what are those things that make you excited about wanting to do something that you're about to get started doing? I think it's important for an individual to take notice of that, find out what those things are, and make it a conscious effort to surround yourself with those influences just before you get started. So yeah. Can you remember when you, I don't know what this question is, something just got lost. Let's see. When are you doing a show in New York City? I don't foresee competing in New York this year. But you know what? The future represents a host of infinite possibilities. So I never want to say that I want to rule that out. But yeah, we're definitely working with our arms open to accept, you know, all the new possibilities that are possible when we look on to the future. So to answer your question, I don't expect to be competing in New York this year though, but I do expect to do some pretty big things, and I'll be excited to share those what those things will be very, very soon. Okay, let's see. Favorite books. Man, I have a lot of favorite books. Recently I've been reading something that a friend of mine has shared with me, the Bhagavad Gita, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that word correctly, but it is pretty cool. I'm not trying to give them a plug or anything, but I definitely am intrigued by some of the material that I've gotten a chance to discover in its covers. So that's something. My favorite book to date is still The Science of Getting Rich. I have a number of favorites right now too. I think the last book that I read was Lisa Nichols. Shout out to Lisa Nichols. She is what's up. If you don't know, check her out. She's really, really cool. The book was called No Matter What. So really not trying to, you know, sell anything, but definitely butt dynamic muscle. But, you know, her book was really cool. And since someone asked me about that, I figured I'd definitely just share it with you just for being honest. Let's see. You know what? I will say this, you know, because there have been a few people that have asked about that. You know, more importantly, when you decide to do something, you know, we're bombarded from cradle to grave with influences and energies around us that will help to program us negatively. You know, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, whatever your pedigree, the truth is, from cradle to grave, there are influences that are clear and easy for us to find our unconscious or subconscious mind constantly being bombarded with those messages that are probably not very, very positive. So, you know, when you recognize that your thoughts are powerful, when you recognize yourself to be a thinking center capable of advancing and creating more in the product of your life, I think you have to go out and seek out the messages that will help you become more empowered to do and act in a way that is important to you. Does that make any sense? So because negative messages are what they are, you know, you have to go out and seek out those more positive messages that will help empower you. So, you know, an audiobook, a book, the people and influences that you listen to, that you will talk to, that you will call your friends, they become the kind of support that is very, very important when you are dealing with things. So yeah, just to answer that question very, very quickly, it's your job to aim to program yourself positively, and the way you do that is aiming to hear, you know, the positive messages. Seek them out, read them. They're available if you look for them. All right. What's up? What's up? Wow, we're getting some new people here. Recommended training in this week. How do you recommend training in the weeks out? How many weeks out? How many weeks out are you talking about? It looks like someone's asking a question related to a competition. Um, how do you train in the preparation for that, the weeks out? I don't know how many weeks you're talking about, and I will say, to try to answer that usually what we do, like even in my case as a professional bodybuilder and working with my coach, you know, my coach has been really I guess instrumental in setting up the process. And you know, fundamentally what I think is important with setting up that process is looking back, looking at the date, identifying the date, the target that you intend to be in shape by, what that shape looks like, and then counting backward from that event. So hopefully that sheds some light on some things for you. You don't want to wait until 2 weeks or 3 weeks from the show to start preparing. So what happens is, I guess, to shine a little bit more light on the answer to that question, is to first figure out how much time is appropriate to prepare properly. So, you know, what I've learned was 6 weeks, 8 weeks is a really good amount of time to imagine making dramatic results. I've seen in my own life, and also I've seen that same thing exemplified in the lives of some other people that I've gotten a chance to see, where they really just started their process and gave themselves 6 weeks. You can, if you actively work dutifully, you can make incredible improvements from week to week within a 6-month time span. I mean, that's really a good amount of time to give yourself an opportunity to advance. Now, at the completion of that 6 weeks, I think what you can do then is imagine, or be bold enough to imagine, well, now if I was able to accomplish this goal in 6 weeks, what can I do in 8 weeks or in 22 weeks? So I guess the best way to answer that question is to give yourself 6 weeks, you know, and to say, you know what, 6 weeks from today, I decide to be an improved version of myself, and list out what those things will be. You know, my condition will be improved by how many percent. Sometimes, I guess when we're just getting started, we don't know exactly what that percent can be. So maybe we can just identify this. I'll get started now, and I'll give myself 6 weeks to advance towards the better me that's waiting then. All right, I'm getting told to wrap this up right now, but hopefully that'll be some insight for somebody out there. Keep the questions coming. We can try to continue this conversation and try to get, I guess, more active here to try to get some answers for a lot of other people that are interested in at least hearing what we have to say here. So, all right, thanks for supporting us, and I guess we're out of here. Peace.